What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Welcome back to episode number 16 of the Chicago Blackhawks franchise mode. Welcome back, guys. We are back from the off season, the long off season, because it just takes so long. But episode number 16, we got the start of the regular season in today's video. And as you guys know, the way we've been doing it is I've been doing the preseason off camera and behind the scenes. So you guys come into this episode wondering who's going to be on our starting roster. And this year, it's going to look a little bit different. And I'm kind of excited for it. Not that anything crazy happened, but some players are in some new spots this year. So I'm kind of excited. But let's get right into it. So the first thing you're probably going to notice is we have a really good top 9, basically. So this is kind of what I wanted, what was it, last year, coming into this year. I wanted a really good top 9, really good top 4, and a good goalie. That was kind of the goal. But this year, the way everyone performed during the preseason kind of led our, top 6 forwards to kind of just grow and be really good this year. So we're going to try something out this year. And if it doesn't work, then we'll swap around some stuff. But for now, I'm going to have Strome actually starting on left wing, whereas before he was started on in the center role with Kane. But Duchesne actually performed really well this year, and I tried that for, I think it was like 3 games or so, and it actually performed pretty well. So I'm going to try that line out. That gives Taves an opportunity to move back up into the top 6. And, that's pretty solid. Obviously, Kane, the number 1 guy, that spot's probably never going to move until he retires. And then Solani up there, 87 overall now, 19 years old. We put DeBrincat up there. He performed really well, especially with Solani. I think it was last year. So we put that back again this year. And then the third line is kind of I don't want to say leftovers, but these are the guys that didn't really perform that great. Koivu, not that he performed bad, but he just wasn't as good as some of the other people up there. McLeod somehow 83 overall. You love to see that. And then Brandon Saad down here. He didn't really perform that great this preseason. And like I said, there's always room to move up and slide around the lineup, and it all depends on how they perform. But then the fourth line, basically I don't think anyone that really I think everyone made it that was supposed to. I don't think anyone actually did anything else. So our fourth line, Frolik, Highmore, and Fortin, whatever. And that's going to be our fourth line going forward unless we get some trades or whatever. But I don't really plan on trading anyone unless they absolutely perform terribly. But on to defense now, pretty much straightforward. We have Keith and Boquist on the first line. We have Fowler and Miller, and then Ulevi and Yaros on that third line. I don't think anything else crazy happened. I mean, you guys remember the trade that happened last episode. And then we got Dubnyk and Saros in the net. I don't believe they actually played that great during the preseason. But, that's our team for now. Looking down at the AHL, I'll give you guys a quick look down here. We got some guys. Again, they're based off performance as well from last year. And as you guys remember, a trade we made where we got Thomas and Poulin for... who was it? I think it was Perlini. And then some new guys down here in the lineup that are making their debuts this year. Looking at defense, we are absolutely stacked. And I mean stacked with defensive help. I mean, you guys see these 6. But then I'll just go down here real quick and I'll scroll through them. We have McCown. We have Forsland. We have a couple of guys that grew. We have 2 more guys. So we are absolutely stacked on defense. So that's kind of tough because I wanted to put in guys that are, our prospects, but also we have to think about, growing, or we want to put in all the best guys, but we want to grow our prospects. That's what I was trying to say. And then goaltenders, we have Hollett and Gravel, whatever his name is, and then everyone's scratched there. So we have a really, really good, solid team, and I did put McCown and Forsland on the trade block because we just don't really have room for them. And I think there's a couple. I think our surplus is like defense over the age of like 24 or something like that. in the AHL, something like that. So, I mean, we have just a plethora of defensive depth. And you may call me crazy for not putting Forsland and McCown in the lineup, but like I said, they are on the trade block, and they didn't really make the team out of preseason. So that's where we are right now. I don't think anything else really happened. And without further ado, let's just get started. Game number 1, we got the Washington Capitals. All right, let's get into it. Like I said, game number 1 versus the Washington Capitals. Let's go a couple weeks here. We'll go a little bit slower and kind of see what's going to happen here. So we're not just going to go 2 straight months and then kind of figure it out. We'll go like a month at a time and see what's working, what's not, and just kind of swap things up. That way, hopefully, we can be good the entire year rather than just kind of progress over the year. But a good start for both teams so far, 3-1. We just won a game 12-1. 12 versus how? Versus Dallas? I mean, if that's some foreshadowing for the future, that's great. But dang, 12-1? I would love to be able to see the box score of the game. That's something else I'd love to see, added to the game. The box score of the game. Be able to see the stats from the game. Because 12-1? My gosh, how do you lose by 11 goals? Like, my goodness. There's sometimes barely 11 goals in the game rather than, 11-goal loss. Like, dang. All right, so 6-4-1, it looks like, to end the first month. 4-2-1 to the AHL, not bad. Let me guess, Kane's leading the way. Ooh, Strome, 16 points. So he's even excelling on the wing this year. But let's take a quick look. We're not going to go too crazy and in depth, but let's take a quick look. So the first line's performing. Second line's doing all right. And then the bottom 6 are all kind of questionable. Defense, everyone's kind of doing okay. Not really, though. Okay. So Dominic's performing. That's good. Like to see Saros get a couple more wins in there, obviously. But let's swap up some lines a little bit, because obviously our top line's performing, and our second line's doing all right, but everyone else just isn't performing. So I believe Saad wasn't doing that great. Yeah, his whole third line wasn't doing that great. Okay, no one really deserves to be swapped off of that line. But let's just do something simple as just swap those two. Just move them from left wing to right wing. Hopefully that helps it. And then who was not doing well here? It was the second line that wasn't doing that great. What is Levy doing? Oh, Levy's got 3 points. -4, -5. I guess let's try to move Yaros up there and see what he does. And if not, maybe we'll move Levy up with Miller. Maybe see what happens there. But let's go another month here and see what happens. Because the first month, not bad, but it could always be better. So we're 11 games played right now. After this, we'll be at 14, 16, 20, 23, 27, and then we'll end with the 5th. So we'll be at 27 games played. That kind of will put us on our track to what we want. But we'll end at, I think that's December 5th, right before the Montreal game. Actually, we're on a huge homestand right there. So Montreal will be the last home game in the homestand. But all right, what are we saying in the month of November? Big 6-1 victory versus Florida. Lost to Buffalo, okay. So I didn't really see any of these guys' records. I can't really see who's standing out so far. But we'll definitely check that after we get done simulating this month. 9-5-2, okay. Edmonton, kind of curious. Not okay, so they're a similar record to us. Didn't see Arizona's. What about Vegas? What's Vegas saying? They had like 11 wins or so. Anaheim. What were they saying? Okay, so we have a trade. Forsland for a 4th and a 5th. For a 4th and a 5th for, what was he, 78? Alright, let's take a look. Where is he? He's in the trade. Down here. So 78, 25 years old. 1-year contract, $1 million. For a 4th and a 5th, I could probably do that. Right? Where would he be playing with them? He would be a top-line AHL guy. But it looks like they need defensive help anyway. So, yeah, we could do that. Trade him away. Plus, he's out of the lineup, so we don't have to go do lines for an hour. So that's pretty good. But all right, simple little trade. Goes, I don't want to say in favor of us, but it gets us a couple more draft picks, and it gets, lets Forsling go and play in wherever we just traded into. But all right, let's keep going here. We're 22 games into the season, 13-7-2. Play Colorado in back-to-back games. And we only take one of them, so we split the series there, 1-1. Big win versus Edmonton. If we could kind of get out with, like, 18 wins or something like that, that'd be pretty huge. Just win every game from here on out until we stop simulating. All right, there's 2. Can we finish off in Minnesota? No, we actually lose against a team that is not nearly as good as us. Interesting. So they had 9. They're 9-14-4, and we're 17-18 or 7-18, 17-8-2. So we're essentially 17-10. But all right. That's probably all we're going to be doing as far as games go. But let's take a look at what's happening with our team. We're in the Central Division. We are currently sitting in second with 36 points, 2 points behind Winnipeg. They have one more win than us, and we have two more losses and one less win. I guess I don't understand how that makes sense, unless they don't count. Okay, maybe shootouts or something there. But all right, let's go check the team leader in points is actually Dylan Strome. Not saying Kane's doing a bad job, but kind of really surprised he's not there. But I guess it doesn't matter when you have the dynamic duo still on the first line. DeBrincat. Okay, so Duchesne's got 15 goals. That might be why Kane doesn't have nearly as many goals as he usually does at this point. So I might swap up that line, maybe put DeBrincat up there with Kane, and then maybe move Duchesne down to the second line. Then we have Taves down there. I don't know. That might be something we could always look at. Putting Duchesne maybe with Koivu and Solani, and maybe moving Taves up to the first line. I don't know. Could be something we could look at. Then we got McLeod, Saad, and I guess Koivu's on that line, but. They're not playing horrible. Obviously, they're playing at least decently defensively. And then our fourth line going a little bit minus, but they put up a few points each. Obviously, Highmore leading the way at 7. So not terrible there. Everyone else, Solani, 19 points. Pretty solid for him. Let's check on the defense. Boquist still leading the way. You like to see that. Ulevi, big year so far, 9 points. Compared to the last year, he was up here. And it looks like whatever defense... Actually, you know what? We might just move Fowler and Yaros to the second line and move up Ulevi and Miller. So I think that's going to be our top 4. Not saying Fowler's bad, but I just think Ulevi's just playing that much better than him right now. Dubnyk is doing exactly what we need him to do. Exactly. 14-5 right now. Good stats. Even Yaros, he's got good save percentage and good goals against. Just under 2 goals a game. Not exactly sure how that works since he has 14 goals allowed in 7 games. I would assume that would be 2 goals allowed per game, but you know, what the heck do I know? No one's got a point. Kind of interesting. But all right, perfect. That's what we need. Obviously, I'd like Yaros to get a few more wins under his belt to be a little bit more positive than negative and not just even across the board. But hey, he's playing well right now. Can't really blame him. Quick look at the AHL. AHL goalie is playing well. Defense led by Bedwin. Or Bedin? I don't know. Okay. So Galvis will probably come out of the lineup along with Frazier, since neither of those guys are playing well. And then Stunich playing really well down there. 22 points, point per game so far. You absolutely love to see that. Someone either point per game or more than point per game. But let's go into standings and see where we rank overall. Special teams, all that fun stuff. We'll go up to the NHL since that's all we really care about right now. We sit in 7th overall in the league. Somehow the Arizona Coyotes are 1st. Don't know how that works, but they seem to be playing well right now. We have 85 goals for, so like I said, we are number 7, but we do sit in tied for 3rd overall. We have 60 goals allowed. That should be towards the bottom. Yep. That's bottom, what is it? Bottom 8? What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so yeah, we're bottom 8. Actually, we're bottom 7 if you want to get real technical. Power play goals, we have 19. That's in the top 8, I believe. We're tied for the top 8. You love to see that. Total power plays, I guess we don't care about that. Power play percentage. I didn't actually see our percent, but let's scroll down to find it real quick. So there we are, 19.6%, so could be improved. No shorthanded goals allowed. Power plays goals against. Okay, so it looks like we have a 90.3% on the penalty kill. And we have 3 shorthanded goals for. Dang. I need to go even look who's on our penalty kill because I don't remember who I even put there. But 9-5-1 at home. Good. Away record. Good. 8-3-1. In the last 10, we are 7-3. So that's some pretty solid numbers. I'm happy with that. And everyone's pretty much playing to what they're supposed to be, except for a couple guys here and there. But for the most part, it's really good. And obviously, we sit in a really good spot. 1 win away from first place in the division. But I think that's going to be all for today's video. Episode number 16 of the Chicago franchise mode is in the books. Next video, we'll probably go up to the trade deadline and hope to see what's going to happen with us. Actually, it'll be about a month. Yeah, it'll be probably going to like February 1st. So we'll be kind of the month of the trade deadline, and we'll probably just go and do the rest of the year at that point, since there won't be really that much left. But we'll try to do maybe like 5 videos per season. Kind of makes a little sense instead of making super long ones. All the time. We'll just kind of go 5 videos per season. That's not too bad. But we end the video 17-8-2, so essentially 17-10. So we're in a good spot, like I said. But that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy, hit the like button down below. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And as always, guys, we'll see you next time.